Sometimes knowing if you're a nice guy, being a nice guy or not, is half the battle, right? Am I? And then what the hell to do about it? What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to know? And aren't I just being nice? What's wrong with being nice? Well, here's one quick point to keep an eye out for. If you feel like being nice to people doesn't seem to come back to you, you're always overcommitted, you're always exhausted, you're always stretched, and you always seem to be frustrated that it doesn't really seem to be working for you, then this video is likely for you. Now, you might already know that you're a nice guy and simply want to work out more ways in which it shows up and what you can do about it. This video will cover that. I'm going to show some of the secret little ways that nice guy syndrome shows up and what you can do about it. But first, hello there, legend. I'm Mike Campbell. I am a men's coach, author. I'm a founder of the Everyday Legends Academy, a one-time nice guy. And what I do is I support everyday men, in particular nice guys, in building self-worth and building security so that you can kill your nice guy and get more from life, love, and the everyday. Firstly, by dealing with your shit. And then with that, you can stop causing shit for yourself and for others. I'm a fierce proponent of the anti-nice guy, turning nice guys into good men. And I do this with a kind and caring heart and a firm, strong hand. I am the honest, caring mate every nice guy needs in his corner. So, on to today's video, how to know if you're a secret nice guy. Look, nice guy syndrome is often overt. It's often very front and center in a guy's head and his identity and his behaviors and his patterns, even though you might think it's not. And sometimes it's very, very sneaky. Often it's extremely sneaky, and it can show up in all sorts of ways that we don't truly know, but we feel and sense and experience the consequences. Now, there may be many ways that you are being a secret nice guy, but having worked with thousands of nice guys over the last 10 years, I know one theme that feeds through so much of it, and it is this. You place conditions around your niceness, around your giving, around your yeses and your helping, also known as covert contracts. You're doing something and you have an expectation that that person does something in return, but you haven't communicated it with them. And there's many examples. Well, let's speak to a few. You say yes, you help, you be nice, but you want others to help you, to reciprocate, to read your mind and return the favor in some way. There's always expectation in return, hence that covert nature of the contract that you've created, but they don't know about. So what you tend to do potentially is forego your needs to try and make others happy and hope that they do the same for you. Always disempowering yourself in that action. You avoid conflict, you avoid being honest so that you don't upset people, right? But in doing so, you get upset at them for making you feel how you feel as a result, or you hold resentment towards them for even getting you in that situation, even though you did. Or maybe you're constantly upset at yourself for holding your tongue, for not speaking what's true for you, for agreeing to things and overloading and overcommitting yourself. Here's a different one. When given a compliment, you feel the need to return it immediately so that it's even. So there isn't some kind of like now you owe them, they owe you type thing. That is if you haven't squashed it already because you're so goddamn awkward in getting a compliment. And maybe you blame others or the world around you for you ending up with the consequences of your choices. And here's a really solid one. You would rather people didn't ask you for help than just to be able to say no to them, which is always within your control. The first part is not. And there's this constant use of this kind of like semi-secret passive language, hoping people will understand what you want, read your mind, and then meet your needs for you. So why the fuck does this happen? Now, in short, your niceness is in service of your insecurity, not in service of the other that you're being nice to. And what drives the niceness is the outcome you need from the action, right? The outcome, such as to be seen as a good, nice guy, and for others to like you and approve of you and make you feel safe within yourself, right? A nice guy's insecurity is what runs so much of his life. And it is such that the fear of rejection, the fear of not being liked, man, that is powerful. And it will mean he bends himself in all sorts of knots to please the other, to gain approval, to be liked. So his status isn't impacted. Now, I say this as someone who has learned the hard way from all the ways that my niceness used to have conditions or the expectations or the resentment or the frustration. And really what I had to do was let go of outsourcing my sense of security, my sense of self-respect to everyone around me. And now I have worked with and successfully helped and coached thousands of everyday men in killing their nice guy and stepping into being a solid, secure, grounded, good man without all of those conditions and expectations of approval. Now, you might be thinking, okay, great. What the hell do I do about it? So let's first address the guys there listening going, yeah, be nice and get nice back. What's wrong with that? First of all, I invite you to think about and recognize how disempowering it is to act only with the possibility of getting something in return. It means you are never in charge of how you feel. Everything is a transaction where you are not in control of what comes back to you. So you're constantly holding expectation and the potential for holding guilt and resentment over others in the future. And that is really toxic shit to hold on to and let run your life. And it means you are also always dependent on the world and others to make you feel okay, to give you something that is yours to create, right? To just feel even. And so what happens is you're always acting to produce a result that you're not in control of. That old way is needing others to do the heavy lifting for your self-worth. Needing the world to respect you so you can then respect yourself. This is yours to create. So if you want, go ahead and have expectations, but know that someone can say no. They don't have to agree to things, just as you can. Communicate that shit clearly. Do not expect people to read your mind. And remember, expectations will fuck your life. It's out of your control, and you risk spinning on needing others to show up for you in the ways that you are responsible for. So, what do we do about it? Today, I'm going to give you 3 things. There's many things that you can do, probably that you need to do, but 3 things that you can do immediately and moving forward. To kill your nice guy, you must let die the belief that so many nice guys have that if I'm not a nice guy, I'm an asshole. They are 2 points, opposite ends of a spectrum. And in the middle is being someone who has self-respect and has boundaries. Having boundaries is self-respect. And it's also respecting the other. Instead of committing, saying yes, helping, having covert contracts, being overcommitted, not being able to follow through on that stuff, and having all these expectations and conditions around being nice. Communicating boundaries, your boundaries and your needs with someone else is not being an asshole, unless you deliver it like an asshole. It's simply letting them know that you can't help them on this occasion, in this moment, and that's okay. Second, you start by saying no and actively seeking to hear no. Right? For so many nice guys, the fear of rejection, hearing no, and the possibility of upsetting someone and they're not liking you by saying no runs so much of your life. That's the insecurity manifests in your behaviors. That insecurity needs so much, but here's one thing. It needs to see evidence of you respecting yourself. Hearing no, being okay, saying no, and hearing no sit at the center of that and shit that you can practice now and every day. And thirdly, you pay attention to all the times you say yes, when you're nice, when you agree to things, when you agree to help, when you really want to say no, when you really cannot do it. Journal on this every day for a week at least and write down all of the details around it. What was going on for you, what you said, what you wish you said, right? How you felt, what the fear was that you were experiencing, the stories in your head, and then think about how you could have done it differently. Not only if you felt wildly confident, but how you could do it differently. Allow yourself to entertain a different way of going about it. Learn from what happened. Learn from when you screw it up and do it in the ineffective way so that you can lay out a path to doing it different in future, even if that might evolve. And finally, here's a little tip. Have compassion for yourself. If you do this, if you have conditions around your niceness, you've probably done it a lot in the past and you will do it again. Invariably, you will do it again. That's okay. You cannot expect to change 100% in the moment that you watch this and the moment that you understand this. But you can start to build reps. So start. Let it be ugly. Let it be awkward. Let it be uncomfortable. Let it feel insecure. But you will get better. You will get more confident as you become more competent. So practice. You must practice. I trust you can do this. I trust that you take something away from this video. Let me know in the comments below what landed most for you, what you're going to do about it. And if you want to get your hands on the free resource we have for nice guys that will take you from nice guy to anti-nice guy to full-blown, solid, rounded, good man, right? The solid good man without all the conditions, without all the expectations, drop a comment below and we'll get that out to you as soon as possible.